I know that many of you are struggling with holiday season overwhelm and it makes you feel anxious. Well, I want you to know that you are not alone. I can relate because that has been me for most of my life. My name is Tiffany, and I help busy millennials who feel overwhelmed in the kitchen learn new skills to create quick, healthy meals with wine pairings. Now, today's video is going to look a little different than our usual Tasty Tidbits with Tiff, as we take a deep dive into holiday season struggles that we all experience, but no one wants to talk about. Now, before we get started, I want to hear from you. Do you love the holiday season, or do you dread the holidays? I want you to comment a 4 if you are team love holiday season and a 5 if you are team dread. Now, there is no right or wrong, and I want you to know that you are not alone, whether you are a 4 for love or a 5 for dread. Now, for the longest time, I was on that team dread. I associated the holiday season with so much stress and overwhelm. The stress of traveling all over the state to see family, the overwhelm of trying to keep everyone happy, never putting myself first, and the anxiety of debt with holiday shopping. We never want to see those credit card bills after the holiday season, right? And it just would continue. Now, for those of you that are in this position, you're not alone. And there is relief. So, we are going to dive into some tips to help you find that relief and start to experience the joy of the magical season instead of the struggles that we all dread experiencing. So, let's get started. The first one is to acknowledge your circumstances. Now, the holidays look different for everyone. You may find yourself traveling to 3 different houses, 3 different families across the state, which is what I normally end up having to do. Or maybe you're the host and you have all of that family coming to you. So you have the overwhelm of cleaning and cooking and all things associated with hosting. Or maybe you're neither and you don't have that family close by and you don't have anyone to celebrate with. This looks different for everyone, but you need to acknowledge those circumstances and focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot control. Now, I know it's so much easier to focus on the negative and dwell and dread and just accept it as it is and let it consume you. But you don't have to do that. Whether you find yourself surrounded by family or alone, there is a community out there for you, and you are not alone. Now, we have family all over the state, we have family all over the country, but sometimes being where we are right now, it's just the 2 of us, and it's lonely. But thanks to my supportive team, I have a community of love and support no matter what. And that has brought me so much joy, not just this holiday season, but over the last several years of the holidays. Having that community and has helped me to focus on the good that I have in my life. Even though they're not here with me physically, they are a phone call or a text or a video chat away, just like we are doing right now. You are not alone. So acknowledge your circumstances, accept what you can control, and let go what you have no control over. And trust me, when you learn to let go of that, you are going to feel so much weight lift off of your shoulders. Now, tip number 2 is to take time for self-care. Now, this also looks different for everyone and is a lot easier said than done. Now, when it comes to self-care, we all have different interests, we all have different hobbies, we all have different ways of relaxing and recharging. How do you practice self-care? let us know in the comments what one of your favorite ways is to practice self-care. And if you're still learning, I want you to comment learn. This is something that we all need to practice, but another thing that we're not very good at doing, especially as women, we like to put others first and put ourselves last. But if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't take care of anyone else. You have to put yourself first. So some of my favorite ways for self-care are to hike and enjoy the great outdoors, nature therapy on the nice days, and on those not so nice days, which are right around the corner here in Minnesota, you'll find me curled up on the couch with a book and a glass of wine or a mug of tea. Those are some of my favorite ways. But there are other ways that you can do it too that involve leaving the house, which is another great thing for those of you that work from home just like me. Set aside time and take yourself out on a weekly date. This could be a visit to your local coffee shop and you camp out by the fire with that latte and a good book and just disappear for 30 minutes into that book. Or maybe take yourself out to lunch. Is there a new restaurant that opened up that you've been wanting to check out, but you don't have any friends or family interested? Take yourself and enjoy that time with yourself. Get to know yourself again, relax and recharge. And for a cheaper option, set aside some time at home for a at-home spa day. This could be a charcoal mask and some candles, maybe a bubble bath, or curling up on the couch with a book like I often do. You need to set aside that time for yourself so that way you can relax and recharge. And for my fellow entrepreneurs, this is super important for the holiday season because we often experience burnout leading into and during the holidays. By setting aside just 30 minutes of time for you with no distractions. That means your notifications are shut off, your phone is in do not disturb, preferably in a different part of the house. Set aside those 30 minutes and you will be amazed how recharged you feel and how many new ideas that you will get of creative inspiration by setting aside that time that has nothing to do with work. Now, before we dive into number 3, I want to know what your favorite way is to practice self-care. So drop that in the comments so we can all get some new ideas and inspiration from each other. And number 3 is to be present. Now, this is one of the most important, especially in today's world. Now, the holidays come every year, but the people that you spend the holidays with, there's no guarantee they're going to be there every year. And the pandemic has taught us that we need to be present and we need to be in the moment. So enjoy your time and company this holiday season. You want to breathe in the smells of that holiday dinner, whether it's a turkey on the smoker, a ham roasting in the oven. For me, it's roasted butternut squash and Brussels sprouts with a balsamic vinaigrette. But enjoy those smells. Take a deep breath and really smell them. Sing along to the music on the radio and just smile and enjoy being in the moment. You never know what is just around the corner, and you never know whose day you can change just by smiling and being present with those around you. Now, if you want to keep this going, I have got a bonus tip that is my personal favorite. So if you want access to that bonus tip, send me a private message on Facebook that says bonus, and I will hook you up with that tip. And share this video with your friends so we can all find joy and magic this holiday season and start to get rid of that stress and overwhelm that no one needs.